Esto es No me conocen a cargo de mi carnalito Michelangelo 305. Esto es Radio Fantasma directamente desde el Jardín Secreto, fumando la yesca.
No me conocen, yo no soy nadie. Escribo mis canciones y las lanzo hacia el aire. Tuve mis sueños que quería ser famoso, pero en drogarme fue más delicioso. Me decían que yo era talentoso, que me ponga las pilas y aprenda el negocio. No les hice caso, rapeaba por monedas, andaba en el barrio con un par de gonorreas. Picaba ratas pero nunca coronamos nada firme, fumando hierba solo para reírme. En esos tiempos fácilmente pude ser un asesino. Así es la vida por acá para los chinos. Me tocó allanar mi camino. Luego me encontré con lo que llaman el destino. Crack fino, música intravenosa. Como dice el socito, lo que traigo es otra cosa. You thought you knew me, que es un MC, que sabes tú de mí. I roll with the vibras y vivo mi vida. Be what I wanna be. Pensabas que me conocías. What is an MC? What do you know about me? Yo ando con las vibes, I'm just living my life. I be what I wanna be. Now it's time for me to talk my shit. You really never loved me, bet you hope that I would quit. You rather see me sick and fat, smoking cigarettes. But nah, I ain't into that, I'm trying to get it lit. Seen too many hypocrites at my shows, come and go. Give me that, but be hating on the low. Yeah, I know about that, fuck all y'all. And to the real ones, you know who you are. We see the fake and flaw coming from afar, I peeped it all. One too many undercover haters, they got that staircase flow, I turned elevator. I guess these motherfuckers thought I couldn't rap. Now they all getting offended, yelling go get the strap. But I had it on, I ain't the type to get it tatted on. We in the 305 though, this shit is drastic, homie. And I represent that Bogota, that 571, homie, como fue. You thought you knew me, que es un MC, que sabes tú de mí. I roll with the vibras y vivo mi vida. Be what I wanna be. Pensabas que me conocías. What is an MC? What do you know about me? Yo ando con las vibes, I'm just living my life. I be what I wanna be. ¿En qué pierdes tu tiempo? How do you waste your time? Dime si puedes rimar, tell me if you rhyme. Yo solo quiero vivir, I just wanna live. Lo hago por los niños, I do it for the kids. I do it for my people, lo hago por mi gente. I do it for my mind, lo hago por mi mente. Sueños y sueños, dreams and dreams. Nada es lo que parece, nothing is what it seems. I'm looking for money, estoy buscando dinero. I wanna be sincere, yo les quiero ser sincero. Ya encontré mi alma, I already found my soul. Quiero una casa pa' mi cucha, for my mama, want a home. In this game I want a throne, en el juego quiero mi trono. Ya no trabajo gratis, I don't do pro bono. Han sido muchos años, it's been so many years. I should drop the mic now while the whole crowd cheers.
La clique du pont.
Piro pa' que me respeten.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, John Everyman. I don't know if I introduced myself. I don't know what I've been doing in the last minute here. I just know I'm rambling because that's all this quarantine does to us. It just makes us ramble and think of new things.
Hey, yo, give a shout out to people that's actually listening
There's
to you
actually
right now.
people listening already? Like who?
Yeah, Guzman's giving you a shout out.
Guzman?
Alex, I don't know, it sounds like period. Alex, period.
Guzman. Yo, I would love for you to be a teacher in school. You sound like those Key and Peele sketches. What's my man? What was one of them names he was fucking up and shit? My man said Guzman. Shout out to Guzman.
Oh, that's not how you say it?
Guzman. Guzman is the proper way of saying it. Guzman. But you're over there fucking up people's, and that's their last name. You ain't even fucking. That's not a first name, by the way. You don't name your child Guzman. And if someone does, like, I need to meet, like you got problems. I don't think I want to meet you.
And Walt is my last name, so what's your point?
Yeah, no, but you don't count in any of these conversations. I wasn't talking to you. As a matter of fact, fuck off. Fuck off, Walter. Man, you know, I felt like there was something I want to talk about this week with this whole experience of the corona shit. Maybe it's the fact that people just want to get out of this quarantine shit. I don't know if I'm for it or not right now. I don't know if we're supposed to be in phase 1. I know it's fucking up the economy. I don't have much intelligence on these perspectives. I'm more of a nomad. I feel like I was already quarantining before all this.
Let's discuss the real thing that's really happening that they're not talking about. You know that cyber brides are being created right now?
Cyber brides?
Yeah.
Nah, man, that's that mail order brides and shit you talking about?
Yeah, but it's a robot.
Yeah, but that was something I think that was already kind of around. Like, they had like these, I think we covered this a few episodes. Like, I want to say we talked about this a very long time ago. Like,
of course.
Season 1, man. When we were talking about like robot sex or some shit.
Yeah, and this is the perfect opportunity now. We're all stuck at home.
You know what? Like, I wonder if my girl would get mad if I had like a robot and had sex with it. Would any of y'all do that? Would y'all just get like a robot and have sex with it right now? Like,
hey,
if you don't have a girl, obviously.
Hey,
I mean,
would I be wrong if I got a robot that looks like my ex-wife, and I just have the robot to be over my house so I could verbally abuse it every day? It's a robot. Would I be wrong? No. Just because it looks like my ex-wife doesn't mean anything.
I don't think so.
That's not, you know what I mean? That's normal, right?
No.
What do you mean, no?
It's not normal to fucking do that. But is it ethically wrong? Is it a bad thing?
Yeah. It's a robot.
I don't think it's bad. I think it's not a good idea. Hey, by the way, you know what? Hey, make sure, man, Facebook people, if you guys hear this, last week the sound was just fucked up. I don't know what happened to the sound. But if you guys have any problems, you can complain. Walter's right there. If you guys want to say mean things to Walter, we are going to be keeping an eye on you guys. You guys are our best friends.
Oh, my man Rio. My man Rio is watching.
Rio, all right, good.
Rio.
I'm glad Rio's on the check-in because he's about to go beyond the check-in in any second. Today's episode is going to be cool, man. We've got some good friends of ours, like we've had already in these past several weeks, coming on this show and continuing to talk their opinions and thoughts and whatnot during this quarantine times. I got two cool ass guests, man, that are coming on this show today, and they're gonna talk with us, and we're gonna see what's up with them. They've been on the show before. I love these guys, man. I've done a lot of work with them.
So
it's gonna be
Moran says, "Hi, John. The sound is perfect."
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that because we needed that. So,
all around good guy. Rio said, "What they do, yo?"
He does. He poses a very complicated question right now. No one knows what they're doing. So in that said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to get the show on the road. I'm not going to do my usual rambles because apparently I don't have enough to ramble this week. I thought I had stuff. I don't know.
Let's talk about sex robots.
No, let's get. Well, you know we can save that for a second. Yeah, you know we might.
Next topic.
Holy Moses! Holy sweet Jesus! What the fuck just happened to my phone?
How you doing?
I'm doing great. There he is. Ladies and gentlemen, one of our good friends of the show. He is, man, you had the phone turned sideways. You could do that again, man. You look great. I saw the whole scene there. I wanted to see what was going on. There it is.
You're driving.
Yeah, that's fine. We want to validate that he's going to get into a car accident. He needs witnesses. Guys, this is one of our good friends of the show. He's a good friend personal. I worked with him throughout the years, all over the place. You can see him on a couple of these episodes. He is one of the half of the founders of Moon River Cabaret. Ladies and gentlemen, the talented, the interesting, the electrifying, the deep thoughted Rio Dios Mío.
Beep, 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 beep.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Man, you know what would be dope if you just keep the mask on and you just pre-record your whole conversation with me already and you just have all your answers and shit.
It'll make you comfortable because that's what you make women sound like when you have to put your hand over their mouth.
Oh,
right?
man.
To remind you.
Can you imagine
Right?
Tinder date? Can you imagine going on a Tinder date right now and you're wearing a mask and the other person's wearing a mask and you probably don't know what they're whispering under the fucking mask in the back. Like they're probably like saying, "Oh my God, this motherfucker," but you can't see it through the mask. How you doing, man? You look
licking
great.
your tongue at people.
You look great, man. You look chilling, man. You look like you're on the road. Do you just get in your car and hang out or something?
So I found that when I can't deal with the shit at home, there's always a car to go to. You know what I'm saying?
So you just get in there, you put your seatbelt on, and you just sit in the driveway, pretend you're going somewhere.
Exactly.
Hey, it reminds me when we were kids. You know when you were a kid before you ever drove, you just sat behind a fucking the steering wheel and you made the car noises and you went. That's you right now. That's Rio making engine noises. Honk honk beep beep. Oh.
Hey, man, so we finally got bored enough to be like, fine, let's be like everybody else and produce
Yes.
an online show. Except this has been happening for years. I mean, how long has OnlyFans been up? You know what I mean?
Oh my
So,
God.
we're actually doing it like a burlesque show, right?
You're doing them online?
We're gonna do our first May 9th, man, and we're really stoked about it. And we shot a little video, about 3 minutes worth.
Really?
And it's like a little commercial, a little promo for the show. But it's a pretty badass cast, man. And you've been in a few of our shows, fucker.
Yeah, man. Listen, I was about to get into that very question. I know that you and Luna, you guys are a couple, and you guys probably live together. And I'm sure you probably got information on all the burlesque women across the world. That's how I feel. I feel like you have connection with all the burlesque women. So I was about to ask you, are all the burlesque women at home right now wearing cute little outfits, just doing their stuff at home?
Sure, yeah, some of them, yeah. And the dress bumming and homey, like, and chilling in pajamas. And some people are just running around naked in their house. And some people are doing their OnlyFans or their YouTube channel or something. You know what? A lot of them are as depressed and as anxious and as crazy and as desperate and as fucked up and as positive and as like self-working artists and people at home just stuck there like the rest of us. So it's been really tough because you'll understand, right? I mean, if you're a performing artist, you're making a living off your performing, but if you ain't performing anywhere like you're used to, then it's not just finances, it's the psychological urge and necessity and creativity to create and to share and to be performing.
I could feel that, man. I know that that's the sentiment for any artist under any genre you want to think of, from burlesque to I'm sure there's a stripper right now just grinding her own fucking couch, giving fucking lap dances to her pillows right now out of just like sheer habit.
I don't think strippers like to rub their poles at jobs or homes either. It's weird.
I mean, I don't know. I've never lived with a stripper, but I would assume they're probably gyrating and shit. It's like being a comedian. Like, for a comedian, it's never off. You always want to find yourself telling a joke. Like, I tell jokes to my dogs all the time. They don't react, but that's kind of like the crowd. So I'm just kind of staying warm. But we do it nonetheless. So, yeah, they don't laugh at my stuff like the crowd. So it's like they get the pulse of the crowd. So I just try to stay warm when I do jokes with them. But I'm assuming that, like, you know, for strippers or for like fucking burlesque women or for like hosts like you are you hosting in your house right now? Are you doing shows in your living room?
Yeah, that's funny. So I've done a few private gigs for like a yacht club over here and a private party over there.
Really?
Yeah, well, because I sing and I do comedy, you know, and then so I'll call people up and I'll do like a 15-minute set, make my cash, make some tips, and then still be starving. Basically, still be completely starving because it doesn't pay enough. Because when you're used to having like 10 gigs a month, and all of a sudden now you got like 2 for half the amount of money you're used to making, or like a third of what you're used to making at one gig. It's tough, man.
How's it? I know we're talking about just the aspect of, you know, it affecting you professionally, but just overall, how's it been affecting you?
Man, I remember thinking I totally used 3 weeks to myself just to do my own things, like fix the closet, you know, paint this thing over here, touch up that, you know what I'm saying? Just things that I needed to get done, write a book, you know. And it's funny because I always thought if I had those 3 weeks where the world would stop and I could do that, I would do that. I haven't done anything. I came off probation kind of like the first 2 weeks of this pandemic.
Nice, congratulations, man.
I started medicating immediately.
Why, man?
I might die, and I won't have to have a little or a little but I don't want to die doing that.
It's kind of like the irony of the guys that are getting let out of prison right now on early releases because of this pandemic. Like, it's the irony that you're going back out, but you're kind of not going out. You're going right back into another 4 walls.
Well, you know, I'll tell you what happened to Sophia. Sophia Luna Coach is my partner in Moon River Cabaret and in life, and she is an amazing burlesque performer and circus performer, and she burned her leg in February, and then this thing hit in March. So she's been like out for like a month longer and injured for like a month longer than this. So she's going even more crazy. You know, crazier than I am about.
Let me tell you, man. Now that you mention it, I do recall her posting something where she said she had burned her leg, man. How's that? Has she been able to heal good? Is she good now?
Yeah, she's walking around, running around. She's doing Lira again, the hoop, the hanging hoop, the circus hoop, and then she's still she's got a few burlesque shows with a couple of performers out of Portland and somewhere up there, Seattle, Washington, something like that. So she's done a few shows, and now we're gonna do our first show. It's called Bored No More. Because have you been bored? Found yourself bored? Yeah. Well, we're the Bored No More show, and it's got burlesque and comedy and live singing and live music. We're gonna have a lot of great performers. So that's something that's getting us out of the hump, out of the. When you have an incentive and a goal, all the little things that you do that take up your time are precious, because otherwise you're sitting there wanting to die or to murder. You know what I mean? Like you're going nuts, you know?
Let me ask you.
So, yeah.
I had a question that I knew I wanted to ask you during this whole time when we talked. I just didn't know whether I want to do it at the end or at some point. I feel like right now, being just kind of with the conversation, you know, I heard someone ask this question earlier on the radio, and I thought it was such a good question. I didn't even know how to answer it for myself, really, but the question is, you know, yeah, just in case, right? But the question is, like, once this is over, what's the one thing you won't take for granted?
Well, that's a really good one. Can you hear me? I feel like I'm muffled.
No, I can hear you. I mean, even without it, you're fine. I mean, if you want to keep it on just in case some of the corona from this show flies onto your face, I'm with it. I get it.
You sound like you're asking people a lot of bullshit questions, but this is a good question. What would I won't take for granted? I won't take my sanity for granted anymore, you know, because I've gone completely nuts and now been missing it. There have been days where I drink an entire bottle. And the bottle just keeps getting bigger because it never ends. I figure I was going to buy the little one, and then I ended up buying the big one, and then it just gets smaller, but the bottle still stays big. And it's supposed to last you a week or something for a certain type of alcoholic, but I drink it like it was a little bottle. There's been trouble in paradise, man.
Right. You've been like Kendrick Lamar, swimming in a pool full of liquor.
Sobriety? Yeah, exactly. Sobriety? Sobriety's a tough thing for me. But the fact that you're asking me what I will never take for granted again, I will never take my sobriety for granted again. Because, honestly, who fucking needs it? Really? Who needs it? I don't. I could certainly be baked all day and function just fine. And not lose my grip on reality. And
Right.
alcohol, well, it's like, it's like Hunter S. Thompson said, birds fly, fish swim, I drink.
Man, you're someone that I love talking to when it comes to like deep rooted things, about society and culture, history, and where we've been and what people are overlooking. It also reflects on some of your posts. Like sometimes I catch myself just reading what you write, and I'm like, man, my man is so spot on, and he's just so deep, and you constantly showing what people are overlooking by either by choice or by pure ignorance, whatever. But you do a good job pointing some of that stuff out, and that was kind of one of the reasons I wanted to talk to you today, man. With this whole thing going on, I mean, what are your true thoughts on it all? Between society and just the government's position with all this, like. Oh, you switched over to badass mode. He's got the skulls. Fuck. He's revving up for this question. Oh, shit.
John Everyman.
I'm still
The
here.
world is fucked. And it's been fucked by people with money and tools for fuckery. We have been fucked by those that first decided to use armies to lay down the wills of other weaker men without weapons. We are now in a war. The year is 2030. Coronavirus has wiped out all stupid people. It is us, those precious few, who are not stupid, who are still wearing masks, and do not want to die. Quarantine log number 8,420.
That's why I call them the Quarantine Chronicles. We gotta chronicleize this stuff. And that was it right there.
It's messed up. Look, you got everybody wanting to pull a conspiracy out of their ass, saying that, maybe even Howdy Doody had something to do with the virus. And somebody like, Wu-Tang did it because it rhymes with Wu-Tang, whatever. It's like, everybody wants to come up with some bullshit. What likely is that a lot of it is fucking very real. People are really dying, and we should be more considerate for other people, not just ourselves, and just think of like, oh, well, I gotta work, and I got, we're amazing mammals, humans. We've told ourselves that we're not a part of nature, except it's our nature to be a part of nature, and that our nature has been to expand, colonize, imperialize, and then every once in a while, we get off our high horse because the universe is like, hey, viruses are tiny. The smallest little thing is going to kill you. I'm going to send the smallest, most invisible, fucked up little thing to start wiping you little fuckers out for being ungrateful. Mm-hmm. And then we fall off our high horse and we're like, oh my God, pandemic. Wash your hands, clean your ass, get some toilet paper, do this, do that, be a better person. Do not, hey, commit suicide. There's all this crazy shit out there. But at the end of all of this, we got to keep in mind that there is no justice. It's just us, really. It's just us people here on Earth, making it harder for some people and easier for some people to survive, to subsist. And I'm talking about particularly all these crazy, like, they're protesting for the reopening of their state and stuff. Like, while I understand their sentiment, I think they're going about it the completely wrong way, because the sooner that you're following kind of the idea that you don't want to have this little tiny thing in you, and then get into the people you love or people that you don't even care about that are other people that they love. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
People aren't doing it right. You know what I'm saying? Instead of is true or that a lot of it is bullshit?
I say that
Yeah.
a lot of it is bullshit, and onto the side of conspiracy, I gotta say that I don't feel there's a conspiracy within the virus. I think there's probably underlying conspiracies, not in the magnitude that we want to expect it, but I'm sure there's small conspiracies from even from like large corporations that they're just taking advantage of these changes, and
Oh, yeah.
you know.
Oh, yeah. This was made to make a very, very select few amount of very prestigious people on Earth richer than they were already, and people that were kind of rich a hell of a lot richer, and basically the wealth gap is getting so big.
Yeah.
There's really no turning back with this. Like, everybody has to now have a YouTube channel after this. You know what I'm saying?
Everyone's gonna have a podcast show.
Everybody's going to be creating more content than they can imagine. Everybody's going to have a podcast, and everybody's going to have a billboard somewhere. It's sort of the explosion of the inevitable. Like, all this shit was supposed to blow up in some way, but I think because of the pandemic, it's blown up everything significantly.
Yeah.
Except for that you like going to bars, which you can't go to yet.
No. Do you miss the bars, man? Do you miss, just aside from like being as a performer, just going?
Yeah, I'm a social beast, and I think all humans are to a certain degree, we're social, we need each other. But as an artist who likes to get out there and perform and hang out with other artists and co-create with other people and just mingle and just have a good fucking time and have a drink
Yeah.
on a Wednesday night or a Friday night, whatever. I miss that, of course. I miss ordering a drink and watching somebody else make it for me instead of me.
I miss buying you drinks, man. I miss seeing my favorite host, man, pull up. Hey, man, I got you, man. Get you. What was it we drank here? Was it not vodka? You don't drink vodka. All I know is that you drink it neat.
Mezcal. One night when I was like, I'm drunk already?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm probably guilty of having you have to sit there a couple extra hours and drink some water. Man, I miss it too, man. I think I said this not that long ago, man. I feel very fortunate doing this show, and still being able to connect with you guys, and just have conversations, man. Honestly, like I feel it myself personally. I think this is the only thing that keeps me sane, and it also helps me remember what day of the week it is this podcast.
We're gonna come up with
Hey, have you gotten to that point? How long did it take before you started losing count of the days of the weeks? You were like, what day is it today? How long did it take before you got to that point?
I remember waking up and we had like this little bar cart in our room with bottles, and sometimes we keep the empty ones if we like them. If we don't, we don't. But for the most part, they're bottles, are full or not. And I remember waking up the other morning at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I look over at the little bar cart and I start to count. I'm like, well, these 3 are just like that, and then these 4 are like that, and then these 2 are the same. And this is where we get this. When did we get that? Wait. And I put my week together by remembering when it was that I bought all the alcohol and trying to remember how many drinks came out of making 2 drinks for my lady and I in X amount of time. How much did? And I started counting bottles, and I'm like, all right, 17 bottles. But 3 of them are for one type of drink, and then the rest are for just drinking neat or with soda water. So that's 9 days worth of drinking. That has to be around Friday.
You know what you gotta do? You gotta start buying receipts for shit and just start like posting it right by the fridge. Like, okay, I bought that on Thursday the 23rd. Okay, I'm good. I know what day it is.
I think it wasn't for a lack of finding calendar dates because my phone has it on the screen. It's really because I've been drinking a lot to forget the fact that this is happening. And then I have to leave the house and I'm like, oh my God, it's still happening. God damn it, shit. Why, Lord, why? Shit, why? Oh,
man.
man.
Hey, Bro, you want me to tell you that I was in that very same mind state at least for like 2 weeks. I would wake up every day like, oh my god, this shit's still happening. This is for real. I thought I dreamt this shit.
I remember, like, oh my god, it's still March. Please, Lord, don't let it still be March.
Man.
Don't let it still be March. Oh fuck, it's April. Wait, it's May. Wait, it's May.
Oh man, it's taken some adjustment, man. It really has. Let me ask you, the future of this. What's your expectation? What do you think the new norm is for us as entertainers?
I got 2 answers for you, but it hinges on, you gotta ask me first, really, because there's 2 ways I can answer that, right? One of them is I can answer it like Donald Trump would when asked a question that he should have just given off to a scientist or a doctor, but chose to answer himself. Or you can get my Rio Dios Mio, straight up, bullshit, drunkard artist, poet, comedian answer. So which one do you want?
I'm gonna be honest. Like the first one sounds tempting, but I see that enough on the news. So I figured, hey, let me do something different. I'd rather have your true statement versus some falsified one from a character.
All right. I thought you would. Here's the thing. I could take 2 routes in general and find myself still at the same place. One of them is I can be cold-hearted, very sterile, and understand this strictly from like an histrionic and medical epidemiologist perspective, and be like, well, it's Charles Darwin. It's survival of the fittest. It's this virus is going to level, it's going to thin the herd out, and then there's like the new agey version that, Pachamama has kind of had it with humanity and hurting the planet and whatnot, and it's going to wipe people off little by little, and then I don't know. There's also like, I just have so many thoughts on it. The other one is, along with innocent people, there's always stupid people that cause innocent people to die, and there's always innocent people that get killed by stupid people. Mm-hmm. And I also think that since that ratio is pretty much likely to be what's happening now with all these states of protesting, maybe these Trumpsters, that are stupid enough to run around, maybe they'll die, like maybe they'll die from stupidity, because stupidity gets you COVID-19, and then they all die, and then the world is a better place after that. And then, I don't know, I guess, what is going to happen after this? I know what's going to happen to end it, and I think it's going to be kind of what Germany's done first. They've kind of like quarantined the shit out of it and treated it and tested it, and their numbers are. New Zealand's got 0, blah, blah, blah. I think Miami's going to be the last one in the United States because Cuban people always want to kiss you on the cheek to say hello and shit. Miami people too. But then after it all dies down, let's say all the people that we're going to have died, let's say it's now the year 2021, and somebody's dying of COVID in your fucking...
Yeah, apparently, we have Walter in the show. Walter is... he's helping produce the show, and
hey, yo, Rio.
What's up, man?
Not much, fam. Yo, I got a question for you, man.
You sound like you're dying, dude.
I know.
That's a heavy question.
Yeah. Yo, my question to you right now is, when shit supposedly go back, right? How you gonna operate the club? How you gonna have people in the club, or is there rules and regulations about that doing that now?
All right, so here's the simple answer to both of your questions. We don't know shit, man.
You bullshit.
The news people don't know shit. The doctors are like, what the fuck is going on? And and everybody's like, oh, I think I know. But we really don't know shit. And what's going to end up happening to venues? I mean, right now we're all sitting in prayer that all the venues that we had residencies at, or performed at, or hung out at, are going to be able to suffer the beating that COVID has given them economically, and then still bounce back and still be available for us to. But even when they open, we're not going to be able to do a cabaret burlesque show or a comedy show. Why? Because the overhead is so high for these businesses to stay open, not from electricity, from the insurance, but also from the employees, from the blah, 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 from payroll, that they're not going to be able to say, well, I'm going to put 5 tables instead of 10 so I can space them out. That money is still not going to be enough to cover the overhead, which makes it not a worthwhile venture. And a lot of these companies, sadly, all these venues, some of them might go bankrupt. Some of them didn't qualify for the SBA loan because drunk fuck gave it to 30 other corporations, and Mitch McConnell fucking gave it to a whole bunch of other corporations versus investing in small businesses. So we don't know what's going to happen after this. And I'd rather be in a place of not knowing so that I'm constantly surprised and entertained versus thinking, I know everything. I watched a conspiracy video and it said that you did it. And it's like, fuck all that shit. Let me just focus on, I gotta get through and survive. We're ingenious mammals. We got Zoom. I'll fucking do Zoom shows until I'm fucking blue in the face so I can survive this shit. Those that survive, we got a lot of fucking like readjusting to do, like in our society, in our lives, in our personal lives, in our businesses. Like, I might have to go completely into another business for a while because I won't be able to produce shows or concerts or stuff like that that are going to be worthwhile. That might be for fun, but they definitely won't be a career choice or an avenue that's going to sustain me in the long run. It's going to be something else that does. I don't fucking know what it is right now. So
I was thinking.
We don't know shit, man. We really don't know.
You know, while you were talking there, I was thinking, I have, if we see ourselves in a position where, we just can't operate at these venues at the level we used to, or even at any level close to it, I probably, and this is just a rough prediction of mine, I believe we're going to go back to some of our old grassroots where we just, kind of like where you guys started with the poetry nights, where you guys started inside a living room, practically. You know what I mean? And worked your way out with that. And I'm thinking, some places are probably going to have to revert to small scale situations like that just to give us some sort of pulse. You know what I mean? So that way we don't completely flatline as an entertainment.
I feel you. And yeah, I mean, small scale might work for some people. Might just stay virtual for a while as artists, because perhaps they do live with an elderly person or somebody who's immunocompromised. So we really don't know what's going to happen. But if there is small venues, they might have to start from scratch at a smaller venue where the overhead is a lot smaller, just so they can begin again after taking the losses that they've taken, if they haven't been able to take loans out or even have the government federal stimulus approved and affected them in a way that they can get out of the hole, get out of the fire,
Right. Man, let me ask you one last question. Make it my last one, I promise. What's the first thing you want to do once this quarantine restriction is done and lifted?
Oh, man. I want to take a boat and my lady and go to an island and get shit-faced and wake up on the beach.
At least 2 lines of coke.
Damn, he wants to quarantine on an island. That's so weird. He wants to quarantine from his house to an island.
I don't know what I want, man.
You know what that's called? That's called Stockholm Syndrome, homie.
I want to take my lady to a restaurant. I want to go sit across from her in a public and be like, that's right, bitch, I'm dating her. This fine ass is, goddamn, Wally.
That might have been a corona cough, that last one. Real, we call these quarantine chronicles because as soon as they're done, Walter's gonna give me corona and I'm probably gonna die here. So these are my goodbyes to you. This will be our last video message.
It's 30 minutes.
Rio, man, so you got that event going on May 9th online. Why don't you plug some information in for the folks, man?
Thank you, John. Yeah, you can go to our Facebook page, Moon River Cabaret. We're out of Miami. We have shows and residencies all over South Florida.
Right now in Miami Beach, it's 78 degrees and
when we
sunny.
get back to the
Tonight,
world,
it's predicted to be 75 degrees
but
and
we're being
clear.
sponsored by two of the venues that we do monthly shows at. We're being sponsored by Bar Nancy, and we're being sponsored by Gatsby's joint in Fort Lauderdale, which we do residencies at. So May 9th, sponsored by the venues we were supposed to be performing at in the last couple of months, we're going to have an all-star cast. If you go to Facebook, Moon River Cabaret events, you'll find it. It's under Bored No More. That's right. Be bored no more. It's a burlesque variety show, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And that's May 9th from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. It's got 10 performers. That's hot. That's a hot amount of performers.
Yeah, that sounds like 10 hot performances.
There you go.
Let me ask, just out of personal, this is my personal question, is Aurora Natrix one of those performers?
Absolutely, yeah. We have an all-star South Florida cast. We couldn't get everybody in because it would have made the show too long, and also we don't know how this is going to go for funds. And so we're having free tickets up until next week. It's going to be May 9th, so you have 10 days as of today. We have free tickets for the Zoom link, and if you go to Eventbrite and look up Bored No More or look up Moon River Cabaret, Miami, you'll find us. Tickets are ranging kind of like donations, 5, 10, 15, 20, big ballers, 100, and then each one has a little different incentive, which is listed on Eventbrite. Like if you want to donate $100, you get like to have a big chat with us on Zoom after the show, after it goes offline, and you get to have some pictures and merch sent to you by mail, signed by the girls. I don't know, use panties, pictures.
I'm an Aurora Natrix fan, so I just gotta check my bank account to see what merch I could get and how much it costs just to get Aurora Natrix just to talk to me on Zoom for like at least 30 seconds and maybe say something nasty with my name in it. I mean, I think this is worth it.
If you buy your ticket, you're going to be supporting 7 burlesque performers, a drag queen, myself, and a badass singer-songwriter from Miami's very own who lives up in New Orleans now, Kid Krill.
Oh, Kid Krill, man.
Aside from Aurora, you got Kiss of On Adams, you got Pisca Sour, you have Ruby Tesla, Candy Muldoon, Aurora Natrix, and of course, Sophia Luna, the Prima Latina and the co-founder of Moon River Cabaret. So look up Bored No More on Facebook and Moon River Cabaret on Instagram and Facebook and Eventbrite, and come check out our show. It's like we'll be taking our clothes off in your living room.
Guys, you heard that. Check it out. Bored No More, May 9th. There's some limited free tickets. Check them out. He gave you the link. He gave you the information. Hopefully you guys got that down. If not, I'll post it later for you guys on the show. Real, you're the man with the master plan. I miss you, man, terribly. I hope that we are soon together again, doing our old evil deeds of performing and entertaining for others. I'm not gonna lie, you probably still got some time if you want to take a lap in your vehicle before curfew hits. So you're good to go. Real's gonna go. Man, hey, take care, man. I miss you. We'll see each other hopefully soon, brother.
All right, brother, take care. Hey, take Walter to the fucking ER already.
When you mean ER, you mean outside my balcony where I could just drop and roll him somewhere? All right, man. Ladies and gentlemen, that's our good friend here, Rio Dios Mio. And the chick.
Next topic.
I don't know.
Yeah.
There it is. Hot dog. Damn it. Woo. I did it.
Oh.
There we go.
Now, you know what happened? What had happened was I had you connected to my whole setup here with my speakers and my mixer and shit.
Oh, okay. You were trying to do like a whole studio connection over there. You was trying to use the studio mics.
Coming out of my speakers as opposed to my computer.
Shit. Ladies and gentlemen, again, our good friend here, Michelangelo, man. How you doing, my brother?
I'm great, bro. How you doing?
Here, man, you know, like this quarantine stuff, I think I'm getting used to it. Like, I went earlier to Walmart and invested in pajama gear. Like, I don't even buy, like, new clothes to go out. Like, I buy new clothes to go in.
You gotta be comfy, bro. You gotta stay snug up, you know?
For real, yo, like the pajamas are getting faded from staying here so long. I wanted to get some new shit.
Fly pajamas, yes sir.
You know, back then, you know, people used to run the streets. You know, now I run the floors of my house. So like, they know me out here. Yeah, that's my new co-host, Lucky. Apparently, you know, ever since the podcast went into the quarantine, you know, I lost all my co-hosts, so I had to get Lucky. You know, he's pretty cool. He's a lot sharper than Mr. Goodnight. A lot sharper. He's got killer punchlines. They beat Mateo's any day. Man, so what have you been doing, man? How have you been handling this quarantine and stuff, man?
I mean, well, first of all, I've been missing you guys, bro, and you know, our open mic, and you know, a little bit of time we got to hang out and chill together.
Oh my God, man! Like, you know, it's starting. I'm afraid actually that it's gonna get to a point, and I feel like I'm starting to get there. Like, you almost forget what it feels like. You know, like right now, I can still kind of picture in my mind, just visualizing us just yesterday hanging out over there at one of the Words and Wine show and just talking in the back, shooting shit, just smoking one, man, just drinking beers and just vibing to the music or just corny ass jokes that we trying to get for the show ready. Like, just, I miss it, man, but I feel like I'm going to get to a point that I'm going to forget, and I'm scared, man. I'm scared of that point, you know? I don't want to get there.
Our last Words of Wine before the whole quarantine, it was weird.
What was it like?
Strange, you know what I mean? Because we had already been informed that there was a virus going around the fucking world, and that particular week was like, yo, this shit is getting real serious. They might be locking down the city and this and that, but obviously no order had been given, so we fucking went out, you know, Las Rosas was open, we did our open mic, and that shit just felt weird, yo.
Like, was it? You know what? I was gonna ask this question earlier, and you know, I guess it's an interesting question to ask you. When we get to the point when we're back to that status quo of performing, you know, through open mics or just these, fixed shows, do you feel like there's gonna be awkwardness? You feel like there's gonna be that weirdness with the stigma of that? Hey, we just got out of quarantine. This coronavirus stuff is blank, but you feel like you're gonna hold some of that weirdness? You think it'll carry over?
I don't know, man. I think it's kind of undefined in my head right now, because like we really don't know how long it's gonna last. Like, sure, people will be allowed to go back to work and whatnot, but are they really gonna allow bars and clubs at maximum capacity and you know, like venues for like concerts and shit at max capacity? I don't know. That's tricky, man. That's a tricky question.
Yeah, I don't think that max capacity is going to exist anymore. I think we're going to be working at best, even when we feel like things are quote unquote back to normal in a sense. I think our max capacity from now on is going to be 75%. I think we permanently lost about 25% of that average capacity. Like, I don't think people are going to be comfortable going. I promise you this right now. Today, if you told me everything was lifted and we all went and we all curated a show and we're all hyped to be together, but we all walk in there and we're shoulder to shoulder with somebody in a hot ass room, man, I don't know. I'm gonna start thinking, you know, like, who's the one that's gonna cough? Like, who's gonna make that false move on you? You know, because how many times have you not smoked with somebody and gotten sick as a dog the next day? You feel me? Like, you know your homeboy was sick, you took that chance, you smoked, and you got sick the very next day fucking around like that. You know, those days are gone, man. I don't see it. I just don't.
It'll be back, bro. It'll be a few years, maybe 2 years or so.
Yeah.
We got to go back to that, man. I mean, there's no other way, bro.
Do you find yourself, like, if you ever smoke with somebody, would you pass the J now in the future?
I mean, sure, bro. If they, you know, I don't know. I mean, listen, bro.
It's the reality of life right now. You say Sean because you feel like, hey, that's my homie and shit. But then you think twice. You're like, I don't know where he was last night. So like, I didn't see that cat. So like, I may not want to smoke with him. It's gonna be a new norm, and I think some of the small stuff that we all overlooked, it's gone. I don't think we're gonna gain any of that back. You know, I don't. Is it sad? I don't know if it's sad. You know what I mean? Like, are some of these changes sad? Like, are we really that sad? I mean, are we sad? You know, that's what I'm trying to understand as a society sometimes. Like, are we sad that we're stuck in here together? I mean, stuck at home? Are we sad that we're going to lose the stuff that we used to do every day? At least some of it. Like, where's the real sadness for you?
I don't know, bro. I'm very confused about everything. I'm one of those, I'd rather just keep my mouth shut about all of that shit. I'm not one of those people on Facebook talking about it, speculating, giving my thoughts and ideas and all that shit. I just shut my mouth about every fucking thing, man. I just keep quiet about that shit. Because we really don't know, man. Like, we might have just been bamboozled, you know? Fucking, man. This might have just been a fucking, something to really, really change the world in another way for, you know, people's benefit or something. You know,
Let me ask you this question.
I'm gonna say it here because I'm on your podcast, but I never go out and post shit like that. But my personal belief, before I even read an article on this shit or anything, I really believe that there might have been a mistake from a laboratory that was fucking testing the shit. You feel me?
What do you mean?
Testing the shit in order to either make a vaccine or who knows what other purpose. But there was an accident and that shit got out. And they try to cover it up.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like, it was like you even see it in the preview of a movie. Like, you know, they messed up some sort of experiment or some crap and just it went bad.
When I first heard details about this whole fucking thing, I was like, oh man, that shit leaked out of a lab. I bet you. And everything's gonna go to shit now. It's gonna be fucking crazy. There might be a war coming out this shit.
You know, I like, again, you know, the world of conspiracy. When it comes to this virus, I'm sure there's small conspiracies. I think maybe, like, the initial start of it, I promise you, everyone can speculate however they want. Nobody will ever know the true fact of how it all started.
Is that shit I just mentioned, that actual theory, that story is actually gaining more and more weight. You know,
It's starting to carry a little more steam.
There's a lot of serious shit out there right now about that lab. Anyway, bro.
But you know what? I love. You know what, man? I love your attitude right now. You know, I was. You know, from what you said there, I love that you're saying that. You know, you're just not focused on it. What have you been able to do during this time? What have you been able to work on?
I put out 2 music videos on YouTube. I released my EP as soon as the shit started. I've been working with my homie and our label. We've been posting mad videos to the YouTube page. You know my homie, I got a surprise for you.
Is it El Mike or my home? Oh wait. I know this. I already feel it. I feel it. I feel it in my bones.
Well, you might have met him one time, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I knew it. I felt it in my bones. That's my homie. Yeah, what up, Cejas Negra? What's up, homie? That's right, people. The crack family in the building, man. Holding it strong. Look at that shit, man. That's what I'm talking about. So y'all homies are the culprits of putting in the work together. That's your homie. ¿Cómo está, man? ¿Cómo anda, paisa? Hell yeah. Man, so that's dope, bro. Like, both y'all, what my man putting up there?
CDs?
Hell yeah. That's dope. I love that cover right there. My man putting in that work. That's a dope ass picture. Esa cita, candela, fuacata. That's what that is right there. Yo, that's dope. That looks like us in about a couple more weeks when shit really hits the ceiling. Wow, man. Esta es la colección de todo tu proyecto o estas son nuevas?
All this is on Spotify, iTunes, everywhere. YouTube.
Crack family in the building. I like that one there.
I got joints on a lot of these albums too.
Las tetas de mi madre. That one's dope, yo. My man looking like he on a mob shit right there. Mira este hombre. What do you do? Is this all like in 1 year or a month? Man, you guys should quarantine more often.
This is over the course of a decade or more. But we've been working.
That's G right there.
These past 2 months, man, we've been, working on the foundation and the structure and solidifying a lot of things as far as the label and trying to organize as much as possible, man, and just get shit cracking. Got a lot of ideas up in the air right now.
What's that one? That shit looking like a Beatles cover, my man. Oh my God, yo. My man pulling out the vinyl joint. Yo, let me tell you, man, I miss vinyl records. Every time I see vinyl records, I feel like a DJ needs to start spinning right now. Yo.
That's all we're doing over here, man. Just music.
¿Dónde está la mía con el autograph? I need my autograph. I need that, yo. Crack family right there. Right there. Yo, man. That's a dope ass crack home music. That's the label right there. La Luz. Yo, man, that's dope, man. I miss vinyl records, man. You don't miss vinyl records? What you like, a CD dude?
El rap en Latinoamérica es muy diferente a lo que es en los Estados Unidos, ¿no?
Es verdad, man, es verdad.
You slang smooth out there for sure.
For sure.
El rap en Latinoamérica, aún existe el rap, vive el rap en Latinoamérica, en los barrios, es todavía aún. Y si usted quiere meterse a hacer otras cosas, la gente es como, uy, pero ¿qué se va a vender? Va a hacer otras cosas, se va a vender. You know, es comercio.
You gotta stay, hey man, you gotta stay on the grind, man. You gotta stay on the grind. Y'all gotta put. I'm smoking on my regular vape, man. Like the good stuff is somewhere around here. It's just right now I'm actually on my beer vibe. Look at that, man. Y'all looking better than me in this building. I'm just fucking with a beer can. Shit, we down bad, man. Listen, bro, I couldn't even get no haircut, bro. Shh, you should check out my eyebrows, man. My eyebrows are looking insane right now. I ain't been able to get them trimmed.
You got no eyebrows from here, bro.
Hey, man, so let me ask you, man. So you say you just put out a new project, right? Right around when this happened?
I had it actually planned, man, for it was I just forgot the date, man. I think it was March 20th or something.
Oh my God! So that did you ever plan to like release it around that time, or did you just feel like I want to release this now?
I had that shit planned way before I knew anything about anything.
Is this obviously this ain't your first project, man? But what about this project you like?
That I took my time with it.
Okay.
And then left it out. You know what I mean? I went with some really dope people. That had some really good mixing done on it. You know what I mean? Like, I was just happy with the artwork as well. Like, I liked how it looked. You know what I mean? It felt like something that felt like me. You feel me?
Right. You were able to express yourself a little more personal on this album.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
It's called No Me Conocen, which for those who don't know translates to they don't know me.
Yeah, we were vibing to it earlier, man. We played that at the top of the show. No Me Conocen. Why do you feel? What's the sentiment with that track? You know, is it a statement basically in itself? You don't know me.
it's kind of like reflecting on the whole idea of like every head is a world. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's so many aspects about me and who I am and what I do in my life that don't really get a chance to like come out in my music. And that's kind of like what I'm struggling to do, you know, as an artist, is like really get myself on these tracks. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. It's one of those complex things that I can't even put into words, but I just want people to know that, you know, I'm more than just an MC. You
know? I think I felt that on your album, man. When I heard at least the track, No Me Conocen, you know, I could sense it, man. I could sense that you had a little bit more than just that typical rap hip hop. You know what I mean? Like it felt like you were expanding on something just on that one track. You know, a lot of people are doing that Spanglish style rap, but not too many. And the way you were presenting it and just kind of hitting it, even with the hook. I've heard that hook so many times when I've seen you perform, and just to hear it on a record right now, I was like, yo, it sounds even doper than when he does it live at times right now. Like, to put it on the track, I was like, and I know that line, every time I've heard you spit that verse, you know, you always put your heart into it, man. You always put like your soul behind that line. So I knew when I heard that record, I said, I know this is a record that for Michelangelo, it had to be a little more personal than normal. You know what I mean? Like this one cut, you know.
Yeah, man. I appreciate that, bro.
For sure, man, for sure. And you said you got videos out now. Were you able to film videos beforehand, all this, or what's the deal with that?
Man, I got 3 videos I'm working on right now in my premiere. Like, I got a gang of footage that I can work with to put all kind of content out. I be divided in so many ways, you know what I mean? Like, we need help right now with our label. We need some people to help us out. You feel me? Like, we got thousands of fans already sitting there ready and waiting. This ain't a label that's like, you know what I mean? Just
you're not on a startup and shit.
You know what I mean? And stand outside of the door and be like, okay, so he's gonna come in the shop, we're gonna come in and, you know,
right.
Buy some shit. Now, man, we got a label with this literally tens of thousands, if not a couple 100,000, shit, if not 1 million or 2 million people out there that you know, fuck with us and fuck with our shit, you know, the whole movement. You know what I mean? And it's really all about just organizing yourself in order to like monetize it properly and for it to work fluidly. You know what I mean? It's tough when you know you don't got enough people on the team to make the shit happen. But that's what we're working on right now. Like, you know, solidifying a lot of shit so when we do start.
Let me tell you, man, I could definitely feel you on that statement. You know, look, you know, just putting a podcast together, it's crazy. Like, it's not a one-man operation. Some people want to say if you want to put like something basic, sure, you can do like a one-man with your camera and your phone, call it a day, but you're not going to get what you envisioned if you have a vision. You know, for example, like, I know I always need a crew, and like, even when I hired Walter to get on board with me, it felt like I needed even more people because he wasn't any help. He made me feel like I needed more people to help me now. You think you bring in Walter to help you, there's one less person to help you? No, he just makes you feel like you need to hire 2 more people now. Just to cover his stupidities.
Live stream, when this whole shit started, we did a real dope live stream with my roommate Steven Soros. He's got a company called Caroline Films.
Oh, that's what's up.
And he helped us out big time, man. The audio was impeccable. The footage was like, you know what I mean? It was like 1080K. It was like, you know what I mean? Top notch. Everything was real dope. He was like streaming off of multiple platforms and shit. Yo, my homie over here, he knows how to like live stream 360 videos and all kind of crazy shit. You know what I mean? Put multimedia broadcasts and shit like that. You know what I mean? So
we just learned how to use Facebook Live property.
We're working on a lot of cool shit, man. A lot of cool shit. And, you know, once the shit comes out, people are going to be like, once they see what we've been planning,
they're going to pull Macaulay Culkin faces. Ah! Nah, man, listen, man. I love your crew, man. Like, you guys, I've seen you do, even with, you had that band, Spanglish Theory, right? Yeah, I've seen you rock with them, man. And just watching the stuff that you do, man, every week I feel like, man, what's Michelangelo gonna do next? Honestly, you're not someone that I could guarantee to see the last exact same thing. And mind you, I've watched you just even the host in the world. We don't know what Michelangelo we get that week. We don't know if we got Stone Cold Michelangelo, or we getting Cool Vibe Michelangelo, or Michelangelo that might fight you on stage, or just like completely break you down, or just go off on a dope performance. We don't know. We just wait.
The one who wants to battle somebody.
Right. Like, again, we don't know which Michelangelo we get. We just kind of show up and we like, okay, it's that Michelangelo today. Okay, everybody, you know what to do. Now with the whole project, you got the album out, and I know we got this situation going on, but do you have any ideas of what you want to do? Or are you kind of waiting to see how things unfold now to kind of re-strategize?
Honestly, man, we had so many plans. We were planning a tour already, and that pretty much got halted and postponed entirely. I don't know, man. I got a lot of shit right here in this computer that I'm talking to you from, and my hard drive to work on. I got a lot of stuff that's been sticking around for quite some time that I could just really put out. I got a shit ton of tracks. I just need some album covers. They're gone,
Yeah, if you want, you can ask my homeboy Sejas over there. He looked like he had like about 40 covers there. Maybe 3 of those weren't albums.
Yeah, man, all those folks are on call, man. We gonna make it happen. We got a lot of content. We just gotta get it out.
Yeah, man. I think this is a good opportunity where if you're not gonna put out all the content, at least stack up enough content so that when you're ready to make moves, on a physical scale, you got your stuff backed up.
At least organized it, yeah.
That's for sure. My friend, I asked you this question because I feel like I ask everyone right now. What's the first thing you want to do once this quarantine's lifted?
Probably have an orgy.
Damn, that's such a fucking original answer. No one has said nothing like that. I've heard people want to go to restaurants and shit and go outside to a park. This man want to have an orgy. That's motherfucker. That's how you get out of quarantine, people. You heard? Listen to this motherfucker right here.
Come together, people.
Fuck yeah, man.
Don't forget all those beautiful times we shared licking each other's assholes.
Hey, no, good news. Hey, good news. You can't get corona by licking assholes. It's only if you lick their mouths. So just, if you want to put your butt in their mouth, completely safe. Just don't put your mouth in their mouth. That's nasty. They're going to put condoms for the mouth soon. Wait till Trojan Man starts fucking slapping condoms for your mouth, son.
How come the condom company hasn't made finger-sized condoms? Finger-length, finger-sized condoms?
I don't know. I mean, they made them, but for black people, because apparently they use the white guy's condom. Oh, man. Woo!
You can pop with the race jokes all day because you're a comedian, bro.
Yeah. Oh man, Michelangelo, bro, where can people check out your music and all your stuff right now, man? Where can we send people, huh?
One-stop shop is Michelangelo305.com. That'll take you everywhere you need to go in my virtual music world store. But I would recommend everybody to please check me out on YouTube /Michelangelo305 and check me out on Spotify, Michelangelo305.
Michelangelo, my friend, I gotta say, man, I miss you. I miss seeing everybody out here immensely, man. I'm hoping that we can just blink our eyes and before we know it, we're all hanging out again and trying to figure out what Michelangelo we have in front of us now and just party out, man. I kind of now want you to have this orgy for some reason, so like I'm gonna like kind of root for you. I'm hoping orgies come sooner than later for you, my friend.
I appreciate it, man.
Michelangelo, till the next time, man. Stay up.
Hey, wait, real quick. I just got one question for you, bro.
For sure.
How does Mr. Goodnight feel being replaced by a dog?
Well, he's kind of cool with it because he started some sort of new fishing show. He's a fisherman now all of a sudden. Yeah, if you go on Facebook and you guys are looking for Mr. Goodnight, apparently he's doing fishing tutorials for you guys. He's smart. He's helping people out. He's helping you just in case, because you know there's going to be a pork shortage in the next couple of weeks. So if you're just into fish... Huh?
Is he fishing with a scarf on?
I don't know what he's doing. I have not had a chance to check it out, but I think I need to check on him, man, to see how things are going. But he knows Lucky. Huh?
He's the Tiger King.
Yes, he is the Tiger King, but he might be more like the Shark King because he's hunting fishes or something. I don't know. But I will tell him you say hello, man.
Yeah, man. Wait, I never said hello.
Well, I'll just pretend and lie. You know, I just said you will. I said that you will say. I didn't say it's the truth and shit. I didn't say that.
Much love to the homie, man. Much love to you and much love to your podcast, bro.
For real, man. Appreciate you, man. Michelangelo say peace out there to my homie. Say Hasnega. That's tell him thank you for the little drop in there. That's my homie. And Paisa, he's making business calls. He's trying to keep the label going. We'll catch you on the next one, homie. Yo.
He ran out of shit to say, so it's time to go.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Don't put that up there. We're gonna leave it riding like that. Man, I had so much fun. I'm liking the fact that we had two brothers come in, and it was definitely two different perspectives. It was dope. I'm glad I had the Chavarro brothers. Guys, I hope you had a good time checking out this episode. We had many other ones like this on the everymanpodcastshow.com website. You can like and subscribe on YouTube, Everyman Podcast Show. I do miss my co-hosts, man. Shout out to all of y'all. Real quick, man, No Emotion has a new album out. It's called Ali Oxenfree. I believe that's how it's called. Ali Oxenfree. Guys, check him out. No Emotion's new album. It's available on all platforms. Walter, fuck off. Shout out to my co-hosts Lucky and Lily. They've been hanging out. And again, thank you to Rio and Michelangelo. And thank you to my viewers. Shout out to you guys. We'll see you guys on the next one. I promise we're still coming back. We're Corona-free, people. We'll see you on the next one. Give me some music. Keep that music riding, bro. I'm a champ.
Oh, they said they ain't cutting the lights off. Okay, I was just making
You
sure.
don't pay me enough.
Yeah, the sound guy says it's over. Fuck you. I don't even care if I got nothing to do with the electricity. I'm just out of here.